thank you very much for the invitation also to Bayern Innovativ to present the launchhub42 to you. And to be honest, coming to Munich or coming to Bavaria really for us is a little bit like coming home, yeah? Due to the fruitful collaborations we have, all the well-known faces, including our teams. So thanks, Honored State Secretary Gotthard, for pointing that out. I will take the next few minutes to introduce one of the ComTech incubators with the name launchhub42 to you and the services and activities what we have in providing to startup teams. So, as it's written here, the launchhub42 is connected to the very successful research 6G research hub 6G Live. And give me one slide to talk a little bit about the background. Yeah. So in 2021, the two universities of excellence, TU Dresden and TU Munich, decided to apply together for one of the 6G research hubs. 6G Live was created. What was unique at that time, that they from the beginning took into account that they want to build up companies, new champions with new technologies for the future markets. So from the beginning, there was an amount of nearly 10 million for startups. The missing link was an, let's say, institution that only takes care about the startups, startup services, connecting them with the industry, connecting them to the markets, help them to validate their technology. And this was, let's say, the hour where startup launchhub42 was born, the 6G Live ComTech Incubator. And we really appreciate that the Ministry of Education and Research had this, let's say, sensitive institution that these incubators are very, very necessary to help the startups created out of the research connect to the market. Why was that necessary to have an, let's say, institution that only takes care about the startups? Because we have some startups. What you see here is this, or what you see here are the startups exclusively created out of 6G Live or corresponding to the 6G Live research and activities. And with the combination of the excellent ecosystem out of TU Dresden and Munich, and I don't mean only the ecosystem of researchers, I only mean the ecosystem for venture building, company building, innovation, management. We call it the triangle of startup excellence. All this, let's say, excellent services we try to combine in launchhub42 activities. And if we have a look on the areas where our startups are active, I think we can increase this because, and this is true, nearly every quarter there's a new research team that comes up, that's that's on the track to become a new startup team. So, and I'm very proud, I want to mention this, that 3 of our startup teams are even here. So Pitt will give a pitch directly afterwards. 5,5, there is Lucas. They have a cool demo there. So if you have time, go there, let them explain the technology to you. It's absolutely innovative. And and that this funding at the end makes absolutely sense and is necessary shows also the example of one of our teams together with TU Munich, Olive Robotics, and that only public funding and private funding comes hand in hand because Olive Robotics got funded by the Startup Connect initiative, Mr. Berner introduced to you, and now they get 1 million pre-seed funding on top to accelerate their idea. So what are we doing in detail? I think that would take, 1 hour minimum to explain it all to you. But let me frame it like this. So we have a dedicated program out of lectures, learning, and labs. And what is the difference? The detail level. So lectures is, let's say, kind of an awareness format to get in touch with topics that are, let's say, important or become important for startups. For example, about licensing or patenting. Learning is more in detail that they had less minimum workshops or mini workshops around this topic, and labs are one-on-one trainings with startup teams together, mostly together with partners from the industry to, let's say, validate the technologies or to make them investor ready. Where are we doing this? Yeah, we built our own building. That was the idea, to make it visible and nice. What you see here is the launchhub42 com space in front of our faculty. It's nearly impossible to do that in front of a protected building, what we did. So thank you to the Free State of Saxony. And yeah, this is a community spot. I also call it the pop-up awareness spot, where we make our teams visible, but also where we deliver collaboration spaces where our teams are able to show their demos, but it is also a space where they can work, where they can meet. Yeah? There are no laboratories inside, but there are, let's say, there are office equipment, for example, is available, and where they also can interconnect with the neighborhood and the entire world and ecosystem. I'm doing that not alone. I'm very happy and grateful to have this competent team around me. So there are 2 designers taking care of a strong brand management of our startup teams. We have an industrial design engineer that helps to create cool prototypes, demonstrators, and we have also Tekla, who's doing all around to make the startups visible, creating events together and for the startups. And yeah, and if you are interested to get in touch with us, then get in touch with us on LinkedIn or send me a message. And yeah, looking forward for discussions with you and questions maybe later on. Thank you very much.